switching microphones to a lav mic, which clips on. With the cord's fine. And then wearing a jacket and having the lav mic kind of hidden behind, so it doesn't get wet. And then pretty much having a plastic bag over my phone. So I don't know if it's a compliment or not. I'll take it though. It's not me. Yeah, so actually, probably while I'm in here, I'll try to figure out the, and try to figure out because I was going to earlier, but then Christian picked me up before I even got onto the road. I was standing undercover preparing, and he's like, asked me where I was going, and we were going the same direction, so he just grabbed me. So this will kind of be a test. But like I have a wide angle lens on here, so that when I'm holding it fairly close, you can still like get perspective. I'm just gonna show you what it's like without that. And I feel like when I have my wet weather stuff going, like I won't be able to make this work. So like it's significantly closer. Like it just has a lot lower view of field, which is harder unless I want to hold the phone out like 4 feet away from my body to give you decent perspective. Yes, we do, Zane Murat. We need more people like Christian. Awesome guy. He bought me dinner. Like, took me 2 hours, and bought me dinner. But yeah, you get a lot better field of view, and like unless I hold my arms straight out with like a long selfie stick thing, like it's hard for me when I'm walking out there to get that distance so you can see everything. So let's put this baby back on and compare. Yeah, and that's with the wide angle lens. So there's a huge difference. Yeah, the Christian guy, the guy in the box truck, the mushroom farmer. I really liked him. But we exchanged numbers. He has my business card as well, so it's kind of a serious thing. I can put my pens away and stuff. I'm not sure if it's raining enough that I want to put my rain pants on or not. It's really tough for me to see from here. I think it's raining a decent amount, so yeah, I think it's rain pants kind of weather, which aren't very fashionable, I must say. And yeah, I'm undecided about this, but I picked this up last fall when I was in New Hampshire. I was just walking through town and I saw like an outdoor sports store, and I just left my other Nalgene bottle on the side of the road when I got out, and I forgot it there. Yeah, Fight Gravity, and that has the top 10, top 14, or the 14 8,000 plus meter peaks. Very Christian of him. To buy me food. That is very Christian, I guess. Tristane, Trevor. Like, that's the type of people that make me really like hitchhiking. And seriously, did he look like he had a 19-year-old child? Dude does not look like he has a 19-year-old child. Also, for the Americans there, your credit card, like your payment systems are just really lacking. In Canada, you just get your card, it has like contactless payment, you just like tap it, it takes like 2 seconds to say processing, approved, you're done, you don't have to sign, nothing like that. When I did it there, she had to swipe it, it wouldn't swipe, so she entered in my whatever 16-character credit card number, and yeah, get with the times. No one's tried to rob me straight up. I've had people steal stuff from my bag because I used to just like chuck my bag in some bushes when I wanted to explore a city in Europe, and then inevitably someone eventually found my bag and rummaged through it, stole like some sunglasses and whatever they deemed valuable, but apparently I didn't deem my camping gear valuable, which is to me the most valuable thing I have is my backpack and my camping gear, because that's my lifeline. If I lose that, then like as long as I have some form of credit card or something, I can replace it, but it takes a long time and it's expensive to find okay stuff. Like sunglasses you can find anywhere, clothes I can replace, albeit like I like my merino wool stuff, I'd be sad. But my camping gear is my lifeline. Without it, I can get into trouble from exposure. Is Sligo, Ireland, on the west coast. Pretty much ready to go. Actually, I want to quickly see if there's a better hitchhiking spot. I'm gonna pull up a website that, yeah, I know. Honestly, that happened, but Ireland is still in my top 3 countries I've ever visited. Like in the 25 I've hitchhiked through, it's in my top 3 because hitchhiking town to town in Ireland was an amazing experience. Like the local population were so welcoming to me. I think being Canadian helped, or just not being from Ireland helped. They wanted to show me around. They like invited me into their place. Like I stayed pretty clean in Ireland, and well fed, and well hydrated at the bars. So never been to. I'd recommend you go to Ireland. It's my my top 3 are like pretty diverse. I guess they're spread all over the world. It's Ireland, Croatia, and Japan. And some people think Ireland was an odd choice out of all the places, but honestly, like, I'd get out of the cities and go to the countryside, and it's like, yeah, I loved Ireland. The people, especially. The landscape's great too, like the Cliffs of Moher, spectacular. But it's the people that like make a country in my whatever top countries list. I hitchhike because of the people and the adventure, but the people mostly. And so those 3 countries are because of the people I met. This is my backup phone. I'm just checking a website called Hitch Wiki, which if you have hitchhiked or thinking about hitchhiking is like an indispensable resource because it's user submitted like spots where you can, or like good hitchhiking spots, which getting out of a city is extremely valuable because if you're like, I don't know, in Los Angeles, you can't just like walk up to any street light and be like, start hitchhiking. Like you need to kind of know the lay of the city, like where the roads are, where people would actually be leaving town, somehow transit there and find a spot that actually has a shoulder where someone can safely pull over and not cause a big car wreck. So for towns, you don't need anything. For large cities, it's extremely useful to have. So I'd recommend it if anyone's thinking about trying hitchhiking. Sorry. I'll just be looking at my phone a little bit. If you, I'll still be looking, but this won't be as interactive for 1 second. Also, I find the buzzing pretty annoying. It's pretty loud. I know. The beeping is brutal. And sorry, I didn't read that for the longest time. But yeah, I really like the drinking culture in Ireland, like to a point. I don't drink that much, but I just like the social aspect of it. It's not like a big deal to go to the pub or anything. It's just like people after work, they'll just head to the pub, and it's like this after work kind of social thing for them. And me showing up to a small town with a big backpack on and cardboard, like poking out of the top, like they're curious what this person's doing in their town. So it was a lot of fun. So yeah, I'll be hitchhiking south out of Aberdeen pretty shortly here, just checking if there's a better spot than what I saw, and yeah, and then go. Yeah, yeah, you can tell instantly I'm not from Ireland or whichever country I'm in, either than U.S. And yeah, you did get a lot of people being like, "Oh, so you're American?" I'm like, "No, I'm Canadian." And then they'd apologize. So it's the funny thing. They'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know." I found that funny. Yeah, a lot of people apologize if they initially mistook me for American. It's okay. I'll forgive you. Honestly, I've hitchhiked in the U.S. now twice, and like I've had a good experience here. Americans are great people. Yeah. Yeah, this probably told me about, like, I'll see if I can bring this up on the map for you guys, because it's kind of just not a good spot if you look at the, I'm just doing stuff on my phone while I'm doing this, so just bear with me 1 minute. I'm going to pull up Google Maps and then bring it up for you guys. Generally, you want to get to the edge of the town. If you're within the middle of the town, people just like it's all local traffic. They just won't pick you up, and that's understandable. If they're just going home like 2 kilometers, they're not gonna pick you up. So I think I might have to do some trekking, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on your opinion. So, let's go back here. I don't think I'd be able, yeah, between US and Canadian accents, unless you heard a boot. Like, a boot is not very many Canadians say a boot. You have to go like way out east before you start hearing a very distinctive, like, also some rural Ontarians have like the out for a rip kind of accent. I don't know if you've ever seen that video, but yeah. And then Newfies, people from Newfoundland have probably one of the strongest accents if they're not from St. John's. If they're from St. John's, they don't have that much of an accent. If they're from anywhere but St. John's, which is the largest city, then they've got a really strong Newfie accent. Yeah, vicious stereotype. But yeah, if you met someone from Vancouver, BC, Canada, and someone from Seattle or Portland, like you probably wouldn't be able to distinguish between the two. Like Canada and US share very similar, like I think linguistics and also culture. We're so close, and like I don't know, we seem to share a lot of things. But anyway, I'm going to show you just a map of where I am in Aberdeen and the highway I'm trying to go down to, and where I am in why this is a bad spot to be. Start now. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen now. And I'm gonna go to, oh, that's terrifying, the background there. So it's kind of silent. Well, I can spin it for you guys. Let's go like this, so it's north-south. So it's north-south. I know this, no, it's probably better to just go the regular way. So north is left on my screen. So I'm going down this like Southwest Boulevard to 101. And as you can see, like all this grid here, that's all like actual town, like city block kind of things. And his spot that he said I should probably hitchhike is right at the top of, or like the edge of this bridge here. So I would be having a sign 101 South, and there's gonna be some like distance traffic, but the spot was bad to start with, and a lot of that traffic's gonna be local, just people commuting around, going shopping, going for dinner and all that stuff. Like ideally I'd want to be at least out here. I think that'd be good enough. Like there does seem to be a small town out here. Like I think here would be enough where I'd be kind of at the end of Aberdeen and just kind of like there. But that's, let's see, it's gonna be 1,500 meters, 2 kilometers or something like that. That's not too bad. I can do that. It's almost 7. I'm gonna lose light soon. Kurt Cobain landing. Yeah, apparently Kurt Cobain was born here. This is the land of Kurt Cobain. Forks was the land of Twilight. Aberdeen's the land of Kurt Cobain. Where will we go next? It's a mystery. Yeah, like, I really gotta get going. I'm gonna lose daylight quick. By the time I walk to the south end of town, I might lose daylight, and I might just have to camp out at some spot I find suitable there. Because I don't hitchhike after dark. It's not a 100% rule, but it's a guideline. John Lennon Airport, yeah. Stuff in there, so also, this is my separate streaming bag with all my like electronics and stuff. And it's just so unorganized in there because it's just an empty pit. Also, the guy from yesterday gave me Sweet Memory Peaches Premium. So this might be my dinner, or my second dinner. So I'll try and explain what I'm trying to do with my wet weather setup. So this is like a shotgun mic. It kind of pokes out like this much from the screen, and I'm pretty much just gonna have a plastic bag over top of this phone so it doesn't get water damaged because it's not waterproof. But this microphone will not work with that system. So another microphone I have is a lav mic, which is like the mics newscasters would wear. And they just clip on whatever here. And in theory, you should get decent voice audio quality, but I can tuck it underneath my jacket so all the electronics aren't getting wet. Where this thing, this fuzzy thing that you always see on the side of the screen, which I don't like that it fits in the field of view, but regardless, that would get wet and that would screw with the actual unit. So I'm going to try and avoid doing that. So I might try to do this. My concern with this is it's going to be under my jacket, and it's a hard shell jacket, and I don't want to be wearing them, but when you walk, they're like shwing, 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 like they're loud. So my concern is it's going to be like cancer to your ears if I don't set it up correctly. So I'm going to try and get that figured out, but we'll see. Also, I want to make sure I can walk across this bridge. I'm guessing like it has to be a pedestrian bridge, but I guess I'll double check. See, I'll start getting ready. preparing for rain with electronics is it's a lot to think about. Okay, let's start working this. Okay. Come with me. Wait, and this is how I have internet. This is a little Verizon Jetpack with truly unlimited data, and it costs $150 a month, which hurts my soul. I don't ever pay $150 a month for anything. Alright, let's see. I don't really want to put a plastic bag over the camera and stuff because there's going to be some level of visual distortion that comes with that. A plastic bag is not 100% optically true. So I'll try and hold off on that until I have to. But I can get the battery and stuff set up. I think I'll switch to my selfie stick. No, this thing will do. This is one of battery packs. This is like, my phone would die in an hour and a half if I didn't have batteries. So that. It's gonna be a fun stuff. It's so ghetto to just use like Ziploc bags as my waterproofing solution for electronics, but do what you can. And the beeping's back, as you can probably hear. So I really think it's cool that we already have a few like return viewers that for this come back. Yeah, so thanks for coming back and checking this out again. It's nice to see familiar names in the chat. It's gonna be rough for a second. So right now I'm essentially wrapping my battery in a plastic bag with the opening of it facing down, so any water that accumulates on the bag will like drip off the bottom of the lip rather than going into it if it was facing upwards. So if that works, that seems secure. We'll do a similar thing for the phone once I get a bit closer, but let's actually start getting geared up. I'm going to be walking 2 kilometers. I'm not wearing my down jacket. But we'll be wearing this stuff. For talking gear, this is an Arc'teryx Alpha FL. Alpha is in their Ascent line, which is their alpinism and mountaineering line. So they're kind of geared towards climbing and mountaineering, I guess. With more articulated arms, a bit looser in the shoulders, and it's supposed to work with a harness a bit better based on its cut and these little hemlock things they have. So they have that. But I got this one because it's the lightest, most packable Gore-Tex Pro jacket they have. So with minimalism, you get 1 chest pocket and 1 interior pocket. So you're pretty minimal on the actual pockets. Jetpack in my breast pocket. Yeah, it packs down really small, and it's pretty breathable. Okay. Put my sign in jacket and hit my head on the leg. Yeah. I did work in a couple outdoor stores after I started hitchhiking. Hitchhiking got me into the industry in the first place because I showed up at the store and like, yeah, I just got back from hitchhiking for 8 months and I lived out of a tent and all that. And they're like, oh, okay, that actually kind of applies. So that helped me get a job. And since then, I've known or learned a decent amount about outdoor stuff and equipment. But also, anyone that knows Arc'teryx knows they have really strange naming schemes. Like, they've got lines of products and then, like, pretty much, like, so they've got alpha, beta, zeta, gamma, like, all these different lines. And then within those, they have, like, SL, LT, AR, SV, and then that's kind of like the weight of them. But it's really confusing if you don't know the naming scheme. So I figured I'd tell you the jacket and give you a little bit what that means. FL stands for fast and light. Yeah, I definitely got quite a few items with staff discounts, but still, like, this is the cheapest Gore-Tex Pro jacket. It retails for 550 Canadian dollars, and I can get that for like twice a year. You can get 75% off an Arc'teryx piece. That's not too bad. It's like 170 or something like that piece. But still, you're working for not that much money, and like I don't have that much disposable income, and I'm constantly saving for a trip, so I have to like. Still to justify it. Even though it's a good deal, it's like, do I need to spend that money? Also, like, the way I'm packing this bag, or mostly how I mount this separate backpack on my bag, is like against all backpack like packing tips, because it ends up hanging off of like the back of my backpack, kind of sitting here where you see this high-vis things. And it has a bunch of electronics and batteries, which are heavy, and it gets that weight like way behind my back, like out really far. And what that does is like it pulls you back like that. So if I like give you a side profile when I'm wearing this, I'm like leaning forward to compensate for that, and like that's not what you want to do. But I want my streaming stuff separate. So if I get in a car for like a long time, I can have my streaming stuff with me if the bag can't fit with me. So I have my streaming stuff separate. But that means I have to hang this because I'm not going to carry the bag separately, and I don't want to like chest strap it. So it hangs off the back pretty much, which puts a ton of weight way back there, which like levers me back, which is a bad idea, but I didn't know a better solution. So that's the way it is. But the bag is waterproof, which is nice. Someone said something. Yeah, you seem frugalous. Are your parents to blame for this? No, I'm to blame for this. I don't know. Like, my sister, I think she's okay now, but she used to spend money pretty, she used to be fast and loose with her money. And for a reason, I liked money, and I didn't spend very much of it. I contemplated my purchases thoroughly before I bit the bullet and actually did anything. Stop raining after. I'm gonna forgo the waterproof pants for now, and I can always rip them on really quickly if I need to. So these go away. Your sister is the same. Twitch destroyed my life. And, not to call my sister out, but like, yeah, she destroyed her credit. She's in the process of rebuilding, but it's a valuable skill to be like good with your money. Like, and traveling like this makes you realize how little you actually need. Like, if I really want to be cheap and no one's giving me anything, like someone bought me dinner today, that helps out significantly. But if I'm self-sufficient, it's just me and like I'm just sustaining myself. Like you don't really need that much to like survive. If you're just talking food and you have your own accommodation via tent, like you don't need very much. Everything extra is a luxury, which I built up a lot of confidence for me, knowing that I could sustain myself on such little money, such little everything. Because no matter what happens, like I'll be okay. I can take care of myself. While I'm here, I'm going to try and switch mics over to the lav mic. While I'm doing that, I'll show you my weird little shotgun mic with a couple straps on it, trying to suppress the poofiness of this fuzz you see here, which obviously didn't work because you can still see it. But I'll switch over. I'll ask you how the audio kind of sounds and maybe move around a bit and see how loud the kind of moving on fabric sound is, and how the audio levels are. I'm just concerned that it's going to sound bad. But yeah, if anyone in chat is willing to help me out here, then yeah, that would help me out. So I'm going to swap over 1 second. This is the shotgun mic. This just plugs into your microphone jack. This holds it there, and it just kind of sticks out, pointing at you. And it's meant to be directional, so I picked this up because for standing on the side of the road with cars, it's not supposed to pick up noise from behind it very much. It's directional, so it's supposed to point in front of you, which I thought would be good. And there's always wind while you're out on the side of the road, so a dead cat really helps out this fuzzy thing with reducing the in your ear from the wind like going into the microphone. So this is my main microphone for when it's not raining, just to make things sound good for you guys. Because audio quality, I think, is important. You can get by with low quality video, but if it's really crappy audio and you can't hear anything, it's not that fun. I'm gonna put this on before I plug it in. I've never put on a lav mic before. This is foreign territory. I feel like if I put it on this shirt, it's going to rub on this, which is the loudest part, so I'm going to try and get it on this shirt. Just in the middle. Okay. So this is underneath. This is going in my pocket. And then if I do want to switch over mics, like this can stay on me, and then I can just unplug this and bundle this up, put it in a pocket, plug this back in, and the lav mic can just stay on me unutilized until I need it in the rain. And on a variable day can be pretty helpful. Since I've been in the US, it's gone rain, clear, like every 15 minutes. So it's like I don't want to put all this stuff on, especially the plastic bag on the phone and stuff like that, if I don't need to, but it's just so variable, I feel like I shouldn't. But let's test out this audio, so I'm switching to the lav mic. I'm totally going to run out of daylight here. I'm taking way too long. But yeah, so the lav mic is now plugged in. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can't, let me know. Because audio, I think, is more important than video, but okay, it's louder. Is it like obnoxiously loud? It's good? Okay, now I'm gonna try and zip up the jacket like I am walking outside. I'm gonna try and like cover it a little bit. Wait. I'm gonna put it. Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna zip up my rain shell and kind of move a bit. And try and see if it just swishes too much. So you probably heard that when I just touched it, but like this. Is that really loud? Because hard shell jackets are quite loud, like fabric on fabric kind of sounds. And I know that can be an obnoxious sound. If it is really loud, we can troubleshoot that, or I can try to find a different solution. I think this works great. It's noticeable, but it's fine. Okay, we'll try it out, and we'll just kind of keep tabs on it. If it sounds really bad, I'll try and fix it. But there's only so much I can do short term. Long term, I can find out much better solutions, but short term can be difficult. Alright, so the next step in all this, essentially another plastic bag that I'm going to put over the phone. I'd like to try and still get the lens on it because, like someone said in chat, like it gives you a much better field of view. You're allowed to see a lot more. But I think it still has to go on the outside, unfortunately, which means you might get some rain droplets on there. Because if it's on the inside, the bag will just hit this and it'll move the, you know, maybe it won't. Trial and error. Here we go. I know this is going to distort some of it. I'm going to try and make it tighter on the lens so it's not as crappy, but this, also because it's going to be, yeah. I really don't like how that makes things look. I'm going to try it one other way. Also, it's not a perfectly, like, smooth plastic bag. It's kind of crinkled already, which would be my fault. What's probably going to happen here is I'm going to walk to the edge of town and I'm going to lose the daylight, and then I'm just going to have to be like, okay, good night. I don't want you to know where I'm sleeping tonight, so I'm going to sign out here. Okay, so it muffled the voice a bit, but you can still hear. Okay, that's good information, and it does make sense. Yeah, like this is all trial and error, and I'm happy you're bearing with me while I learn how to do this. That decreases the video quality so much that I do not like that. I do not like that at all. Okay, I've got one that's actually made to kind of be used with a phone. Trying another bag. The phone's gonna move around a bit in here, I think, but yeah, that looks a lot better audio or video quality wise, and I can still put over, okay, this is the best one so far. We'll go with this for now, actually, but now it has to get into the mounting system, which, well, let's just try and then I can complain after it does or doesn't work. Okay, go in there. It's kind of falling out. Get back in. Oh, it fell out. Go back in. Oh, you're not being held on very tightly. Oh god. What did I just do? Oh, but now I can't touch the screen because it pushed the bag off of the thing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the bag looks okay, but kind of struggles in its case. Let's try this again. I think that's better, but I can still see it. Alright. I think that's as good as it's going to get for right now. I think there's more haloing on the lights and stuff, but that's okay. Yeah. So the what's the word I'm looking for? The lens is on the outside, so depending on how I hold it, it's probably going to get a little bit of rain splatter if it's raining good. But I'll try and manage that, wipe it off occasionally. Again, I'll just trial and error. Alright, let's actually do this before I lose daylight. See if I can show you how I mount this onto my bag. You want that burger? Get your butt over here and I will buy you a burger. Let's see, can I... Oh, this is weird being attached by a cable and I've got this strung between me. It's awkward. I'm gonna drop my phone at some point and if I break it, I'll cry. It's like a 3-year-old phone. It's not anything crazy, but... I can't... Anyway, you can see the top of the bag. This just gets strung up over top and kind of hangs off the back. And if anyone in chat has ever sold backpacks, like hiking backpacks, they will know and they will tell me that that is the improper way to load a backpack. I don't have any response to that other than I didn't know a better way to do it. Please don't make fun of me. I got cords all hanging off everywhere. It's awkward because this has to come everywhere with me. I was about to drop off some garbage, but I've got cords attaching me. So you guys have to come everywhere now. Alright. That is quite the system I've accumulated here. Wow. It was awkward before. And now it's special. Sure. Cords you can go on there for now. No, that looks dumb. No, that's got to go somewhere different. Yeah. Okay, gotta stay down one sec. This stuff's all tangled. I have to unplug it and plug it back in. should be back on mic. Alrighty. Wow, that's kind of awkward. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna chuck out my garbage and pick up my bag, and we're off. Let's see if I can get this in there. So yeah, it hangs off the back pretty awkwardly. And that adds a lot of weight, levered way back there, which is against all packing guidelines. I really should be careful with this cable because it's very easy to catch, and I'll just knock the phone all over the place. If you've never worn one of these types of backpacks before, and you've got weight, always use your hip belt. Your legs support weight so much better than your shoulders do. So, sorry, I didn't drink much coffee, and I didn't want to dump this in your garbage can.
You want me to throw it away for you?
Yeah.
All right,
Nice.
I gotcha.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Have a good one. I just feel bad, like if you have, like I had a coffee and it was still over half full, and you just dump that in the garbage can, there's like a hole in the bottom of the bag, then you've just made a whole lot of mess for someone to clean up at the end of the day, because yeah, it leaks out the bag, and then what? So. Oh yeah, let me know how the audio sounds, because now I'm walking around. I'm hooked up to a lav mic. I've got a weird bag on. Yeah, but I have not used this mic before, so again, trial and error. Hopefully trial and success, but usually things don't work out 100% the first time. But yeah, sun's already setting. I think it's 50-50 whether I'm even gonna try and catch another ride tonight, or I just get to the edge of town and find a nice cozy little bush and set up camp for the night. Pick is weird. Yeah, no. Pick is weird because I have well, actually, you've been here the whole time. It's just hard with essentially these bags over, because plastic usually isn't optically correct, so it's going to distort the image in some way. It's hard for me to see through the bag because, again, the video is just a little, it's hard to see. It's hard for me to see through, and it's harder for you to see through. Okay, it seems okay now. That's what I like to hear. Also, we're going to lose light, and I don't think this camera does that well in low light situations. Oh, I'm almost losing. It almost is falling out of its case thing. Hey, that's back in its case. Alright, I think we're good. Okay, so now I get to figure out if I can just walk across this bridge. I don't even know if I can. I really don't know. Like, you must be able to. Like, what if you want to get to the other side of town? Oh, they've got, like, okay. Oh, well, okay, that doesn't work. That looks deadly. The back of it's red, so if I switch to the front camera, you can't see it. But they've got a barrier up, so it looks like they don't want you to walk across there, which means I have to now pull up Google Maps and ask it to navigate me to the other side, because apparently they don't want me to take the way that cars are driving, which is the most obvious way to take. But you have to be able to walk to the other side of town. If they don't let you, then that's just silly. So with that said, I have to, well, close out my app, and it'll still be running. It'll just be my finger kind of in your face while I'm trying to figure this out. One sec. Okay. Directions. Okay. Well, it seems to just show me walking right on the bridge, so. So I'm just going to do that. And if I get in trouble, then I'll blame Google. Or maybe these people walking over here can give me some advice. And hi, whoever just chatted. The problem is my lens covers the bottom corner of my screen, so it covers the first part of the name, which means I want to say hi and say your name, but I can't see your name until a couple people have chatted after you, which, I don't know, I'd like to be able to, you say hi to me and I'll be like, hi, your name, but I can't because I can't see it. All I could see was Panny, 1, 2, 3. I can't see the first part. But hi. yeah. Twi Panny, 1, 2, 3. Hi. Thank you, Twitch destroyed my life. Saving the stream. Also, yeah, you're helping me out a lot because I can't hear how things sound, and I can't see really that well how things look when I'm out and about. So your chatting is helping me out a ton, figure things out as I go, because this is all a learning process for me. So I do really appreciate it. I'm doing actually quite great. The weather turned around. I didn't even need this fucking wet weather gear because you can see, but it's actually quite nice out. But when I was all gearing up, it was still raining. But that's been the story of Washington so far, is rain clear, rain clear, rain clear, rain clear, all day, every day, which is hard to plan for. Thanks for falling to Panny. And yeah, actually that is gorgeous. I really like that. It's a nice view. Yeah, in the UK every day. Yeah, I was there summer 2015, and actually, I think I lucked out when I was there. I didn't get that much rain. Like, but I know that's the exception to the rule. It's usually raining there. Yeah, it's actually really nice out. Where in America are you? I'm in Washington State, hitchhiking south on Highway 101, en route to California. I'm not in any rush. I just wanted to show people what hitchhiking's like, because I've done a lot of it. Yeah, just in Washington State. which I'm from, like originally from Vancouver Island, which is right above Washington State. So this whole place kind of reminds me of home because the climate's similar and the foliage is similar, the plant life, the wildlife's similar. Everyone sounds the same. Yeah, I quit my job to do this. That's what I've been doing the past 4 years. Is I work, save up money, quit my job, travel. Work, save up money, quit my job, travel. That's what I've done for the past 4 years. And I still don't really know what I want to do, but I've really enjoyed what I have done. So, but again, I really don't have to work that long or save that much money before I can go on a trip because I hitchhike and I live in a tent. So my transportation to get from A to B is free, and my accommodation is free as well because I just sleep for free wherever. So it's just food and incidentals and entertainment, which you can cut down to a very small number. And yeah, a book and stuff like that, always thought about it. I've just never been much of a writer, as lazy as that sounds. And this live stream thing kind of came to, so I wanted to document my trip somehow, but I never have the energy to write while I'm traveling. And I'm like, okay, well maybe I'll do like a video series. But I've never done any kind of cinematography, videography. I've never edited a video. And like the quality of video people put out is just tremendous these days. Like people on YouTube, people like vloggers and stuff, it's gone from people just like talking about their day to like people that are actually like very good at editing and videography are putting out really cool vlogs. And I couldn't compete with that right off the bat. And I had a Bill O'Reilly moment. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's kind of a not a nice guy, but he's a newscaster for Fox, and he now doesn't work there for good reasons. But he has this famous freakout scene where he can't read the teleprompter properly, and he just freaks out and he's like, "We'll do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live." And that's what I essentially did. I'm like, I don't know what else to do, so I'm gonna do it live, unedited. You see what hitchhiking's like as it happens. So I think that'll be interesting because as I'm hitchhiking, as I'm meeting people, you can talk to me, I can talk to you, and I like it because I get to talk to people during all the downtime in hitchhiking, which is significant. And I think people might like it because it's something that not many people do, and it's not that well documented. So yeah, I think both of us kind of get something out of it. You can live vicariously through me. No need to leave. Yeah, if you ever wondered what hitchhiking is like, but you never really want to try, you just had an idle curiosity, you're like, I wonder what it's like. This is your opportunity. Sorry, I missed a bunch of chat. I'll scroll back up. Yeah, they have drones and stuff. Yeah, I'm like, I thought it'd be pretty cool if I had a drone and I'm like hitchhiking. You can do like some cool panning shot as like some car pulls over. I think that'd be a sick shot, but very difficult to do. And they only have like battery for 15 minutes, so like you'd have to get lucky on the timing of that panning, pulling over shot. Oh, sorry, that's the front camera. Do you like the company of the people? Sorry, I'm reading back into older chat just because I was ranting about Bill O'Reilly or something and I missed some stuff. Sorry. Do you enjoy the company of people or do you like traveling? Why do you like it? I like hitchhiking for a number of reasons. A significant one of them being, yeah, the people I meet that pick me up. Some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life have been the people pick me up. Earlier today, I got picked up by a guy named Christian, and he bought me dinner and stuff like that at a restaurant and stuff in town here. And he's just an all-around really nice guy. And we exchanged contact info and stuff like that. And like that's the type of stuff that makes me like hitchhiking. So it is the people, but it's also like, rather than just like taking a bus, plane, or train from point A to point B, it makes getting from A to B its own adventure, where you don't know what's going to happen in the middle, how long it's going to take you, who you're going to meet, what their story is, all stuff like that. So it can turn a boring trip where you're just going to Vancouver to see a friend or something like that, and you have to take a 6-hour bus. It makes getting there like a significant part of the journey itself, not just the utility of getting from A to B. Yeah, I got dinner. Yeah, and like with hitchhiking, people are extremely generous. And when I am driving and I pick up hitchhikers, it's kind of like, I don't know, like when I pick up people, quite often they're hitching because they really need to be hitchhiking. They really don't have any money, and I'll buy them coffee and I'll buy them snacks and stuff like that. Because I don't know, like I know where they've been, and like when you're feeling down and stuff like that, someone buying you just a cup of coffee makes like a huge difference in your morale. Just having someone do something nice in general doesn't have to involve money, but just someone doing something nice. So I don't know. Like I'm traveling off of the generosity of the general populace. If people weren't generous and weren't kind, this wouldn't happen. So it really boosts your view on humanity, or your opinion on humanity. Yeah, I'm losing daylight. Thanks to everyone in the chat that's been messaging. It's actually a lot of fun talking to you guys. I wasn't sure, like, because I never talked to a camera before, if it'd be weird to me or what, but I've actually quite enjoyed it. The problem so far has just been consistency with connection when I'm on rural highways. Understandably, the network just can't support video streaming from those awkward places. At some point here, but oh, that's annoying. I'll have to walk past. Oh well. But I do still feel kind of funny holding like a selfie-ish type stick thing as I'm walking around a city. Was that guy from yesterday was around top 5 worst, and it was number 1 worst pick bike. Yeah, the guy from yesterday was, yeah, definitely one of my top 5 worst interactions with people. Like, I didn't actually get in his car, so it wasn't one of my rides. I guess it was a potential ride. Honestly, I don't think I've ever gotten a worse vibe from someone, and I love that you guys got to see that. And it's in a VOD somewhere as well. Although you didn't get to see his eyes as he looked at me. He just had like this death glare. Which is rare, like I said, like that's never happened. And the first day I ever live stream it is the day I get like just the creepiest vibe from someone. And that was 3 rides turned down in a row. Just the weirdest experience for me. Anyone was there to watch that. Yeah, it was an experience. There would be a VOD in my channel that shows that. There's several because I kept losing connection, and I don't know which one that would be if you did want to see it. But yeah, he didn't seem like a nice guy. Which, if you're feeling that grumpy, I don't know why you'd pick someone up. Like, people pick people up because they're feeling nice. And this guy wasn't feeling nice at all. I had to do a bit of a detour because of crossing lights. I try not to jaywalk across super busy streets. Yeah, yesterday was the first time ever live streaming this. I just crossed from British Columbia, Canada to Washington State yesterday on the ferry, and I couldn't do it in Canada because there just isn't data plans that are good enough. Like you just don't get like enough gigabytes, because live streaming is pretty like data intensive. Like you could, like the biggest plans you can kind of get are 10 gigs usually, and that'll be, if you've got the most recent like deal of the decade for Canada, it was 10 gigs, unlimited calling, unlimited texting for $60, and that's a good deal for Canada. But still 10 gigs is like 10 hours of streaming for a month. Yeah, Twitch destroyed my life. You've been here since the first day, and yeah, if you stick around, you'll see some interesting things, I'm sure. You've already seen the creepiest guy I've ever met. Out of 700 rides, the weirdest, just worst vibe ever. You've seen it. Yeah, people probably think I'm crazy. I'll have to show you my setup. I've got this. Also, right now, I've got my wet weather setup right now, which means I've got like a plastic bag over top of my phone. My battery's in a plastic bag. I probably look like kind of crazy, but that's okay. I get crazy looks regardless of if I'm streaming or not because I'm hitchhiking, and that sets off people's crazy meters to start with. So, yeah. Oh god, it's kind of wet. Yeah, the sun is setting over there, which means I'm about to lose daylight, which means I'm just gonna walk down this shoulder here backwards with my thumb out. So you get to watch me hitchhike while walking. Yeah, I sleep in my tent most nights. Also, I'm gonna have the sun in my eyes. But yeah, I sleep in my tent most nights. I'll just walk into some bushes somewhere and set up my tent. Try to do it on public land. I really don't like trespassing, because for obvious reasons, people really don't like it when you do trespass. So, and I'm trying to, especially on the stream, keep things on the straight and narrow, like follow the rules, follow the laws. Yeah, but it's hard to hitchhike while following 100% the rule of the law, especially if you're sleeping in a tent. It can be awkward walking backwards because you can't see behind yourself that well. This ride comment is kind of tense because we don't know what will happen next. Yeah, and like when I've seen other IRL streamers, because I checked out the category before I started doing this, it's like everyone's on the hunt for content, as they call it, and like people would like walk around cities and like just kind of interview random people or try to get up to shenanigans, which is a silly word. I don't know why I use that word, but he waved at me. But this kind of just naturally creates content, because hitchhiking is traveling by meeting people. Like random people decide to pick up a stranger on the side of the road, and you get interesting interactions from that. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a ride out of it today, so everyone watching can see at least one ride before I lose the light. But we'll see. We got another. Sun's gonna go behind the mountains in like 15 minutes, I think. And then I'll have about 30 minutes of twilight, and then it'll be dark. I can pull out my high-vis vest and probably get, my battery isn't charging right now. Sorry, we have to walk off to the side and sort out battery issues. Which is one of the more difficult things about this is I have to be attached to a battery all the time, and I don't get to plug in every day at all. It's almost 4 a.m. here. I want to see what happens next. I want to go to bed. Yeah, you're staying up late to watch some guy hitchhike in the US. Okay, we're back on with battery. It's good. Alright, here we go.